This is the oldest device that Apple currently supports with their software today. So this is an Apple TV 4th generation back from 2015. And I gotta say, as someone who has used this device pretty much every day since it was released, I've actually gotta say I am thoroughly impressed with everything. And even with 2024 software, this thing has been able to handle everything I throw at it like a champ. Now, while that might not be much because I'm just watching TV on it, it has absolutely no problems at all. So, to start off, it's a pretty small box. I gotta say, compared to some of those Fire Sticks and other, kind of sticks, this isn't that. It's a box. It's a 4-inch box, essentially, and I gotta say, I've completely just forgotten about it. It just sits up there with the TV. I don't even know it's there anymore. Now, this does have pretty much every feature of tvOS 17. It has the ability to share play, the ability to use the Apple TV library, the ability for Fitness Plus, and the ability to connect the Apple Watch to it and use your phone as a remote. Really everything. The only thing that this has missed out on, which are two big features to me that I honestly could care less about because I don't even use them. So, Apple TV Sing, which is essentially the Apple Music karaoke thing where you can use your iPhone as a camera and have your Apple TV be a TV projector for that karaoke. I don't care for that. I've never used it on my iPhone. Don't care for it now. Now, I also don't have FaceTime from the Apple TV using continuity camera. Now, both of that, to me, I'm not going to ever FaceTime someone off my TV. I'm going to use my iPad, my Mac, or my phone before I would ever use my Apple TV. And also, because using the Apple TV, you have to use continuity camera, which would mean you would have to leave your iPhone, your iPad, essentially up by the TV or really wherever to kind of follow you around, but the person would be displayed on your TV. So, whereas I can just hold the person in front of me, to me, isn't a big deal. Now, this is also missing out on those features because this does feature an A8 chip. So, yes, you did hear me right, an A8 chip, which is the same chip that was found in the iPhone 6. So, 2014 tech in a product that works amazingly in 2024. Now, we also got the first generation Siri remote. So, this is the infamous Siri remote that everyone hates. It has the menu button, the TV button, Siri, play, pause, volume, but that's it. Now, I gotta say, I absolutely love this remote. My literally only complaint about this was the fact that it did not have a physical power button on it, but with software, Apple basically eliminated that by adding Control Center with tvOS 17, and they've always kind of had a Control Center before that. But in tvOS 17, it just made it look a lot cleaner than it did before. The touchpad has been absolutely amazing. This remote has honestly been through a lot, and it actually looks better than the newer Siri remote we have in other places in the house. So, I gotta say, I'm actually very impressed with the build quality. Now, this is very thin, and I have dropped it, I have thrown it, I have done pretty much everything to it because of the fact that it's so tiny. And honestly, it doesn't bother me. I use it to control the TV, and that's really it. When I drop it, I get annoyed and have to pick it up, but that's like with any TV remote. Now, with an Apple TV, you can also use your iPhone, your Apple Watch, your Mac, your iPad as a remote. You can really use whatever you want to control the TV, which has been actually pretty nice because having a HomePod, I can just ask Siri to do whatever. I can say, turn on the latest episode of whatever show I'm watching in the bedroom. I can say, play music from my TV into the room. I can do a lot of things from the TV, which traditional TVs and smart TVs, while they're kind of getting there with the ability to have AirPlay support built in, not all of them can do it as graciously as Apple does, because all I have to do is press the button on my remote and say, play the latest whatever album, which has been great because I could just have music in the room. As for watching media, this can do everything. It can watch YouTube, it can stream, it can literally do it all. I haven't found an app that there's ever been an issue with. I can even play Apple Arcade games on an A8 series device, which has actually been pretty cool because the A8 chip in here has actually been pretty powerful. I've connected a PlayStation remote and I play some of the games. I haven't recently just because the novelty of the gaming has kind of worn off to me. I still have games installed on here. I just don't play them. Mainly because of the fact that it's 2024. If I'm going to game, I'm not going to use my Apple TV just because I don't see the whole thing behind Apple TV gaming. If I'm going to play a game, I'm going to either play on my iPhone that has an A17 chip, or I'm going to play a game that's not available on Apple Arcade. So I don't have that option, essentially. Now, it is possible that newer Apple TVs will come out and have more full-fledged AAA games, similar to that of the iPhone 15 Pro series, which is getting games like Resident Evil and such that require that AAA and where you would need that big console for. But I gotta say, for a almost 10-year-old device with a 10-year-old chip inside, this thing has actually been pretty cool. And also, love it or hate it, this remote is the best. It works, it charges just via Lightning, and I gotta say, I absolutely don't mind it charging Lightning, as I still have Lightning cables around because I have AirPods that are on Lightning, and I also still use the MagSafe Duo, which charges via Lightning. And in my 10 years of owning this, I think I've maybe charged this 6 times. The battery life has been absolutely amazing on it. But overall, for a 10-year-old product that still supports today's software and works surprisingly well, I gotta say I am more than thrilled. And if anything ever happens to this, I would definitely come back to an Apple TV, because for 10 years old, and my TVs haven't even lasted that long. I've gone through many other TVs before this has even kicked the bucket. But Apple has done something great with this, and I hope we see it supported for much longer in the future, because it's already been 10 years. What's another 10? But let me know what your thoughts are with a comment down below. Have you ever used an Apple TV? Because I gotta say, they are pretty cool to use, especially with all the newer features we're getting. But let me know your thoughts down below. And I want you to remember, today's a good day to make a great day. I'll talk to you in the next one. Peace.